guys, welcome back to another video. We are in the garage. We are getting this bumper taken care of. It's still in the wrap, but here's the tow hook cover. But yeah, if you don't remember, last year when I was in Canada, I was in a parking structure and I accidentally backed up into a cement column in a parking structure, and it put a crease in the rear bumper, and I was debating if I wanted to just fix it, just stay with the USDM bumper, or go the JDM Rear Bumper route. So for this last hotel, we have to park in this parking structure. And I was in a spot over there, and I guess it wasn't hotel parking, so I had to get out of it, and I backed up and I hit one of these, unfortunately. So this is the damage. Put a nice crease in the bumper and cracked the whole rear diffuser. So I don't know, do I fix that or do I go JDM rear? I don't know. It sucks. And I just decided just to pull the trigger, do it. It's very costly, the bumper, the brackets, the paint, everything adds up very fast. But I've wanted this bumper since I got the car, so I just figured just gonna do it, roll with it, and we'll go from there. But it is currently beginning of March, and I'm gonna load the bumper up and we're gonna take it off to paint. I've been slacking on this for a while. We just got to Meticulous Auto Body. This is the guys that do all my paint work. Alright, so that is now dropped off. He said probably be about a week, sometime next week. So, just gonna wait to get a message from him, and then we'll come down, pick it up, and then we can get the thing installed. So, pretty excited. There's a lot of money, but I really wanted this, so just, you know, do it, try once, and we'll have it. So, alright, see you guys when I pick it up. About a week later, and we are back to pick up our bumper. Alright, so we just got back home from picking up the bumper. I have not checked it out yet. Alright guys, so I got back the other day from the auto body shop with the bumper. Now we are going to work on getting this old USDM bumper off so we can get the JDM bumper on, and then we'll go through all the parts that I got in order to do this swap. Got a new support bar, the bumper, and a bunch of other brackets, a bunch of other stuff. So we'll go through with that, but first we got to get the bumper off, and we'll go through the steps of that. Alright, so first things first, got to get the exhaust off. Now we are going to pop the trunk, take the taillights off. You got these two Phillips screws on each one. screws behind here. All right, there you go. That's the one you need out. Now you're gonna move over to the other side. Same thing. I already had the wheel off, but if you don't, you want to jack the vehicle up, take the wheel off. And then you have this little clip you got to get out. I just use this little pick. And there you go. So you have to take that splash shield off so you can get that bolt off. That's a start. You're gonna have a clip here, a clip here, and a clip over on the left. I do not have one on the left, must have came out. But anyways, you're gonna have 3 of them. Make sure you pull those, otherwise, if you try and do everything else, these bottom 3 little tabs are still gonna be stuck on. You can take this plastic off here. This is where the trunk comes down. You pull this off, and there is a few screws, nuts, whatever they are down there behind here. I believe there's 3 or 4, but we will double check when we get this off. So there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and there's one over here. So you got 4 of them. So I got a 10mm and then an extra added extension so we can reach them. All right. So this is what you're gonna get. You got this nut. So this right here, this one, and then this one. All right, so I believe I have all the hardware off the bumper. So now I'm going to just try taking it off. At least I think. Oh, yep. All right, and like I said, you're gonna have a connector. So right here, this goes for the license plate lights and the rear reflectors over there. All right, so I'm just gonna end it off here with the bumper off. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, we're gonna clean up the back here. Very dusty and dirty from all the off-road driving, road trips I've been doing. So I figured before we put the new one on, we'll get this all cleaned up. So, all right guys, it is the next day. It's light out, as you can see. It was just getting dark last night. But I just wanted to get kind of halfway on this bumper install. This whole back here is absolutely filthy. So I'm just gonna take some Simple Green, spray it on, and then wipe it down just so we kind of have a nice clean canvas before we put all the new parts on. So. All right, so now that that's all clean, now we got to remove this factory crash bar because this one's not going to work with the JDM bumper. All right, so now we're going to take this crash bar off. It is a 12mm. So everything right here is what we need to do the JDM bumper swap on the Evo. So we got our right bracket, our left bracket, And this is actually, this one right here, this is the JDM center bracket. This is different than the USDM version. The USDM version has tabs coming off this for the plate bracket. Otherwise, you'd have to modify that and cut it off. But I opted to do the JDM. I opted to just get all these. You can drill these off, drill the rivets off of the USDM bumper and use them on your JDM bumper if you want. I just prefer just get everything brand new, and if I ever do want to swap to the USDM bumper, I can, because the bumper will be ready to go basically. So like I said, I got the right bracket, the left bracket, and the centerpiece. These three will get riveted to the bumper, bolted together. This piece is actually a piece that not very many people even do. Maybe they don't even know about it. But this is also from Japan. This gets bolted from underneath the bumper to, I believe, the charcoal canister somewhere back there underneath the car. Once I get the bumper on and underneath the car, then we will check it out, look at it. But this came from Japan. I could not even source this from a US dealer. I got everything else through a US dealer, even this JDM center section here. But this, they said they could not get. So this came directly from Japan. I got brand new license plate assemblies there. And then this is the new rear crash bar. It's from Boosted Fabrications. Awesome job. It's powder coated. And then license plate frame with the revisions for the plate lamps and all the necessary hardware. So that is everything that we are going to need to do this swap. And I will put all these part numbers up on the screen so you guys can see them a lot easier if you want to buy this stuff. I'll also leave it all in the description below, part numbers, links to where I bought the Boosted Fabrication crash bar and all that. So now we're going to put this... The rag was so it didn't get scratched. Oh, fuck. God, what an idiot. That was supposed to be so I didn't scratch it. Oh, Jesus. What an idiot. All right, so here is the factory lamp housing, okay? So you got these smaller screws, and you got this little nub right here. But now, when you got this bracket, right? Okay, that nub clearly is not going to work, so I had to trim that off. And then, so these bolts are way too small, the original ones. I remember him saying he was providing these other ones, but you have to take these out, these small ones, and you have to drill this bigger, which I'm not a fan of. If I'm being honest, I'm not a fan of it. But I did the first one. I drilled them out. I bolted it up. I mean, it works out. It's going to work. It's just not the best. In my opinion, when I drilled there, it cracked the white part a little bit, you can see. So I did this one first just to make sure I could do it. And then, yeah, we'll do this other one on camera. Take these out. And I just got to go very slow. just until we're through. Like I said, I'm just not a fan. I mean, it works. I would have just made these holes on the bracket the same threading as these lamps, and then you could have just unscrewed this, screwed it back in. Other than that, I really like this whole kit. I just would have done it a little differently, but that tab 2 we gotta cut off, so there we go. There we go. Got both of them on. All right, so now we can take our bracket onto our Boosted Fab crash bar. And I believe these longer ones go here because there's only 2 of them. So now we got our plate bracket with our lights onto the crash bar. All right, so my next task is to try and get this wiring harness off the bumper. Like I said before, I want to keep all the brackets intact, and I don't want to like ruin anything in case I ever do want to go back to this bumper. So I'm going to try and sit here, figure it out, do a time lapse. All right, so this was on here, took that off. This is what plugs into the car. And then all these little clips along here were all in here. And I just want to save them so I can get them in on the other bumper. And then I'm taking the whole thing because these are LED that I have. So I'm just going to pop the other bulbs back into there just so that's closed. But all the bracketry on this bumper can stay. Normally you would drill out all these rivets and take this all off. But so this is the USDM one. These were the 4 that go into the back of the car, but it is attached to the license plate bracket. The JDM one is essentially the same piece, but without this on it. So a lot of people just cut this off if you would like. Otherwise, like I did, I just went the JDM route, and you just don't deal with that. It's a lot cleaner, and like I said, I wanted to keep all this original on the car, so, or on the bumper, I should say. All right, now we got our wiring harness. I'm gonna put these in, the lights. Those have my LEDs in them. Now the rest of this, oh, and then plug this in. And then JDM Bumper obviously does not have the side marker lights, so that can just get zip tied up with everything. All right, so we are going to officially unwrap this bumper. We got to get our brackets riveted on, and then we can get it on the car. Hell yeah. And there's 5 screw holes. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5 over here. All right, so we got 5 of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got our 5th one right there. All right, so I just got the first rivet done just so I could get this bracket held in place. Now we can go around and work on all these other ones. All right, now we're gonna work on this bracket. Last one. Now we just have a 10mm bolt that connects these 2 brackets together. And I did get this other bolt there, and then there. All right, so I just got done doing all the rivets on the bumper. I'll show you them. This is what I was using. They're not the exact same size as the OEM, but I've used these on front bumper, rear bumper. They work good. And then this is just the rivet gun that I'm using. It's just a Stanley. It gets the job done. So it's getting dark out. Look at my setup. I got a light here, and then I'm actually going to put my camera on the tripod inside here so I can shoot out because it's raining. So I'm just putting those little black plastic pieces back in. All right, so I got the side ones up. Now I can go ahead and put these inside ones back on. Alright, now we got our 10mm deep on to get these nuts back in. Alright, so I got the 4 nuts behind here. I got the 2 bolts in there. I got the 2 bolts on the outside holding up. This one does not use those 3 tabs at the bottom, so we don't have to worry about that. Now I can put my taillights back in. These screws back in for this taillight.